तो ये भी हमारी गलती है, जो मन के मालिक हूं मैं आत्मा वो भूल गए। इसलिए मन को परमात्मा की तरफ लगाने से, आजकल के बच्चे हैं देखो, उनको दिमाग का काम ज्यादा देते हैं। खिलौने भी आप देखते होंगे दिमाग का देते हैं उसको। तो मन को बिजी रखने से मन धोखा नहीं देता। और बिजी भी कहाँ? परमात्मा की तरफ बिजी। तो आप आए हो, हमको खुशी है, लेकिन वहां भी हमारी एक शुभ राय है आपके प्रति। भाई हो ना, तो हमारे बहन भाइयों को तो कह सकती है, बहन बहनों को भी कह सकती है। तो कनेक्शन जरूर रखना। और आजकल कनेक्शन का साधन ये कान वाला फोन जो है ना, वो तो बहुत सहज है। चलते फिरते भी कान में सुन सकते हो। पहले तो फोन जहां है वहां जाना पड़े, टाइम लेना पड़े, लेकिन अभी तो चलते फिरते कार में चलते भी फोन कर देते हैं। क्योंकि मन को बिजी रखने का वेस्ट थॉट्स चलते हैं, समझो, बहुत करके चलते हैं। आप सबको वेस्ट थॉट्स का अनुभव है? कोई है जिसको अनुभव नहीं होता हो वेस्ट थॉट्स क्या होता है कोई? देखो, कोई नहीं हाथ उठाता। आजकल जमाने ही वेस्ट थॉट्स का है। इसीलिए कनेक्शन जरूर रखो। कनेक्शन रखने से क्या होगा? चलो आप नहीं आ सकते हो, होंगे सरकमस्टेंस, लेकिन बाबा ने एक बारी हमसे प्रश्न पूछा था। क्या पूछा? कहा ऐसी कोई बाजी है जो सबको आती है, बूढ़े को भी, बच्चे को भी, सबको आती है, जवान को भी। वो बाजी कौन सी है? बहानेबाजी। बहानेबाजी सबको आती है ना। हमने आपस में बैठे हैं ना, तो बात कर रहे हैं, कोई भाषण थोड़ी कर रहे हैं, आपस में मिल रहे हैं। तो हमने फॉरेन में मैं गई थी, तो 2 बच्चे थे, उनसे मैंने पूछा, बच्चे तुमको बहानेबाजी आती है? कहते हैं दीदी मुझे सबसे ज्यादा बहानेबाजी आती है। मैंने कहा अच्छा, तुम होशियार हो बहानेबाजी में? कहता है हाँ। इनका क्या कहते हो? कहता है देखो, हमको ज्यादा तो स्कूल में जाने का वो लगता है, तो मैं क्या करता हूँ, मम्मी को कहता हूँ कि मम्मी आज मेरे पेट में दर्द है, माथे में नहीं कहता हूँ, माथे के इसका तो थर्मामीटर है ना, इसीलिए उसका नहीं कहता हूँ, लेकिन मैं कहता हूँ पेट में दर्द। मम्मी पेट का दर्द सुन के क्यों, क्या हुआ, पेट का दर्द क्यों, पेट ठीक है, उसमें चली जाती है दर्द, और हमको गोदी में सुला के ऐसे ऐसे करती है जो दर्द उतर जाए, और उसमें एक घंटा लग जाता है और मेरा आशा पूरी हो गई। तो बहाना लगाया, ठीक हो गए। तो मैंने कहा ये बहाना तो तुम्हारा ठीक है, लेकिन मम्मी के लिए तो नुकसान है। लेकिन बहानेबाजी सबको आती है, और ज्यादा आप देखेंगे बहाना आध्यात्मिक बातों में ज्यादा करते हैं। अगर सिनेमा में जाना होगा तो कहेंगे बहन जी जाना नहीं चाहता हूँ, लेकिन आ गए है ना मेहमान, टिकट भी आ गई है, जाना पड़ेगा ना। और कहेंगे कोई आध्यात्मिक काम, तो कहेंगे क्या करूं, मैं तो चाहता था, अच्छा तो लगता है। हमको बाबा एक बात बार बार सुनाता है, आते हैं ना, कहते बहुत अच्छा, ये स्थान तो पता नहीं क्या है, बहुत अच्छा लगता है। अच्छा लगता है ये तो ठीक है, हमको सर्टिफिकेट दिया चलो, लेकिन सिर्फ अच्छा लगा, अच्छा बनना है वो सोचा, सिर्फ अच्छा लगा तक नहीं रखना, अच्छा बनना है। मिलेगा तो बनेगी तब तो मिलेगा ना। अच्छा लगा वो यहाँ जब तक है तब तक अच्छा लगेगा, फिर धीरे धीरे याद भूलती जाएंगी। लेकिन हम चाहते हैं हमारे जितने भी भाई बहने आप आए हो ना, वो अच्छे बने। मंजूर है? हाँ, अच्छा बनना मंजूर है? हाथ उठाओ। हाँ, वाह मेरे भाई वाह। अच्छा बनने के लिए मन में जो वेस्ट चलते हैं ना, उसको बेस्ट संकल्प देना पड़ेगा, क्योंकि मन का भोजन है संकल्प। जैसे शरीर का भोजन है ना, अगर नहीं खाओ आप एक मास तो फर्क तो पड़ेगा ना। ऐसे ही मन का भोजन है संकल्प, संकल्प के बिना मन रह नहीं सकता।
Om Shanti. Welcome to Vikti Parivar. Today is step 24. The story of immortality, Raj Yoga, the study and practice of timeless truths. Recognize the attainments of Raj Yoga. Now we will listen to Mohini Didi.
Om Shanti. Everyone looks very comfortable. Very seated comfortably, feeling very secure, stable. And one of the important reason is that your chair has 4 legs, right? So even if you are moving, shaking, but the chair is very sturdy. Right? So same ways in Raj Yoga life of a Raj Yogi becomes very, very stable. One feels very, very safe and secure when there is balance of 4 subjects. Because if one leg is short or one leg is shaking, then you will feel very, very insecure because you know that you might fall anytime. So each one of us on this journey that is return to self-sovereignty, we have to check, right? Yes, knowledge first is understanding. Intellect understands, accepts, and creates that faith. So with understanding, so we accept knowledge in the sense of, yes, I know this is truth. I want to follow this truth. I want to implement knowledge. And then comes to mind, right? So mind has lot of thoughts, lot of energy, and it needs to have concentration. It needs to be connected with one, because knowledge explains us about creator and creation, importance of connection with one. But mind has lot of thoughts, right? So by applying knowledge in the sense of taking the thoughts of knowledge, that body is mortal, I am soul, I am immortal, I am peaceful, I am loveful. So I take the thoughts of the soul and I contemplate, even common way, just I repeat those thoughts in the beginning. Who am I? So I'm using knowledge now to have yoga. I'm not forcing my mind. I don't suppress my mind. I don't control my mind, but I give the task of reflection, contemplation, so that mind can be connected with God and stop having wasteful thinking, wandering. It's very much just focused, right? We call it yoga. Yoga means connection. Yoga means relationship. So mind, based on knowledge, experiences the relationship with God. Even listening to knowledge that yes, Baba, God is my teacher. So when you think of knowledge, even when we come back from school, what we learned in the school or university, so teacher, student will always say, oh, my teacher taught me this, my teacher said like this, my teacher. Actually, you cannot separate teachings and teacher, right? They are combined, teacher and teachings. So same is yoga, thinking of teacher. Baba has taught me to be in soul consciousness. So knowledge and yoga, right? So it's merged together. So if knowledge is in the intellect, there will be good yoga. There should be, right? As many times you will think about the point of knowledge, you will think of Baba, right, as teacher. So actually they're not separate, right? If you really look at that, Baba has told us about the cycle. Baba has told us about the future. Baba has, how many times whole day we talk about what Baba has told us or what Baba is teaching. So it's yoga, no? It's the relationship of myself with Baba as student and teacher. These are Baba's directions I have to follow. I have to claim my inheritance. So relationship of father. So our yoga is not like I'm forcefully concentrating my mind on light or a point. but it's actually experiencing the relationship of God by understanding of knowledge and practicing that. I have to claim inheritance. I have to be obedient. So father and child relationship, teacher and student relationship. And then Baba guides us step by step, gives us direction about good actions, wrong actions. And it's like playing the part of Sadguru. Explains us about karma philosophy. And then telling us, yes, there is always whatever good you do, you get multi-million times return. If you do wrong, there is punishment. So thinking of knowledge, creating relationship helps us to create this link with Baba, bond with Baba, connection with Baba. And if anyone is finding yoga difficult because we think we have to just concentrate, we have to focus. Baba said, do you need to concentrate on your Lokik father? It's the love which emerges. What I got from that relationship, attainment, which I think of. And naturally that connection through relationship, my connection gets created. That means I am thinking of Baba. Then Baba responds, right? When I think of Baba as teacher, then insights come because Baba is teaching, of course, through Murli by speaking, but also I get the insights, more clarity. And then Baba wants us to have divine virtues in life, what we call a dharana, the third subject. Mhm. And it should be very natural that when you think of my father, father of the soul, his qualities, ocean of love, he is merciful, he is bestower. So what should be my qualities like my father, right? Now because I soul am in the body, and because of body consciousness, there had been many different kinds of habits. If there is, I'm really lovefully thinking of Baba, I'm able to experience Baba's love, I'm experiencing peace, I'm experiencing blessings, right? Baba's company. So my dharana, implementation in practical life becomes very, very easy. And it's impossible then I don't talk about Baba, right? When you listen knowledge, you come home, you would want to talk what you have heard, and that is called service. Service is not when I began giving talks and running center or doing some projects, no. Talking of my father, I begin to talk, right? Most of you must remember, I remember that it was impossible not to talk about knowledge. Not that you're giving lessons to your lokiks or if they want to hear or not. You're not giving that, but what you're learning, it's very natural that we start sharing that. Oh, today I learned this. I like this today, what I heard. Because you are seeing the benefits, you are seeing the attainments, and transformation in my way of interacting with others definitely creates interest in others also, that what are you learning, whether you are in university, whether you are at workplace, they all see some changes in you and then they ask you. So you get to talk, right? And you don't have to prepare a lesson, right, to talk to them, because you are practicing soul consciousness, so you can tell about soul. These days we study and then we give lesson. It's okay because you want all the points there. But if that's what I'm practicing whole day, is soul consciousness. So I can give lesson on soul, right? So service begins in a very natural way. Even today, like when Baba said, you do it and then you say it. That's real service. Because you're saying it the truth with your experience, not only from your head. Some they memorize 8-10 points. I remember for us it was just emerges knowledge, one after other point, keep emerging. Because if we are practicing and then we are speaking, and it touches, no, because people know this is real, this is truth, it's very deep, it's spiritual. So service also becomes very, very natural I think from day one, because we are excited and there's always someone who wants to know where you went, what you're doing. I'm learning. I learned that I am a soul and it's very new, right? So you want to talk about it. And that's service, right? And then also at the right time, using a right virtue. Something is happening and you are in patience. Someone is getting upset and I am still very cheerful. A service is happening because everyone is observing the image, the transformation. And then when you are doing service, you want to learn more, right? You want to listen more, then I want to study knowledge. So it's really very deeply connected. For sake of saying, we say four, but actually it is knowledge in the intellect, yoga for the mind, dharana in our actions, in our relationship, and serving also as our actions, right? Elevated actions. So it's, yes, very important to look at the balance. Some say, I just like yoga, but you can't have yoga. You will need knowledge. And when you get more knowledge, your yoga is better. So they are all interconnected, are very important. So you can check it. I'm sure you will find a good balance. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. So now we begin our journey and would like to invite our two angels, sisters, welcome.
Step 24. Recognize the attainments of Raja Yoga.
With the practice of Raj Yoga, I see others not as physical beings standing in front of me, but as the eternal spiritual beings residing within. I have high regard for each one, knowing their innate goodness and feeling kinship. In this state of contentment, I await my next lesson, knowing that I will be learning deep and wonderful things.
When impure gold is melted over a fire, all the alloy can be removed so that only pure gold remains. In the same way, your intellect goes to God in the fire of love. By remembering me, you become pure, and all your sorrow and impurities are burned. I give a strong and powerful current called Sakash. This is the current of light and might. It is only through this current that the battery of your soul is recharged and you become pure. You must practice receiving Sakash and using it for transformation. The power of purity gives strength to you and to the world. You accumulate purity through the power of silence. In silence, there should only be the Father and you. In silence, the soul connects to the Supreme Soul and draws spiritual power. The current of light and might is transmitted directly from the Supreme Soul to the soul, and the battery of the soul remains charged. Through yoga, I will my powers to you, and you become complete with all powers. That is, no power is lacking. In your practical life, you are able to invoke from within yourself whichever power you need at any time for any circumstance. The power to withdraw is to merge all thoughts and stabilize them in one pure thought. It is the balance between being essential and being in the expansion. The power to tolerate is to go into the depth of spiritual truths and emerge the wisdom to have one strength and one support. The power of cooperation. To cooperate brings closeness and builds strong relationships. The power to accommodate is to be in a stage of equanimity and to remain unaffected while being in different situations. The power to discern is to be able to discern thoughts, feelings, and vibrations. The power to judge is to know right from wrong and to have the power to decide. The power to face is to be fearless, cool and calm on the inside, and to be courageous, clear, and confident when facing external situations and obstacles. The power to pack up is to have an easy and honest nature. It is the ability to sort out thoughts, feelings, words, and actions, and only retain those that will strengthen the foundation. The 8 powers are your spiritual arms that bring you victory on the field of action. The true reward of studying and imbibing spiritual knowledge is that of liberation in life. Liberation in life is when both soul and body live with purity, peace, and happiness in a natural world that is in the golden age. The future is created on the basis of the present. Make the effort to live a life of liberation now and to re-emerge your golden aged sanskars now. The more effort you make individually to stay in remembrance, the more support you give to the world. Through the power of your yoga, the world becomes pure. It is a wonder how you purify the world with your yoga. Experience the combined form with me, the world benefactor, so that you, the bestowers of blessings, and I, the world benefactor, are together.
The Father has now brought this lesson of Raj Yoga to a close. Raj Yoga, he says, is how I will learn to create and sustain an elevated awareness of myself and others. As I learn to remain in the consciousness of myself as a soul, a conscient point of light linked to Him, I will gain total mastery and authority. I will be the embodiment of all the powers and virtues that I once had, that He has. He tells me that the practice of Raj Yoga is the way of remembering, and that with it I can return home with Him. To reclaim my lost kingdom and my self-sovereignty, I must practice Raj Yoga at this time.
Om Shanti Debra, welcome.
Om Shanti, everyone. Very nice to be here again.
Yes, it's so nice to have you. So Deborah, we all know that, there's so much attainment that we experience in this Brahman life. And I know that you said you've been here almost 40 years, right? That you've been in the study and practice. So share with us, what you've come to understand about what the benefit, of receiving and having these attainments in your life are. Baba says they can do so many things. We become free, we become liberated with all these attainments. So if you have a story you can share, that would be great.
Well, I think about our fortune first of all, no?
Mhm.
Because this we gain so many things, so invaluable things, and God Himself just by remembering Him, just having a link with Him, just having Him as a teacher. So it's wonderful, no? So Baba says this is Raj Yoga. So it's so easy. Whatever you do in the world outside is so difficult, but this is so easy, no? Just sit and remember. And so achievements, I think what was being said, achievement, you will be liberated in life here in Confluence Age and in Golden Age. So you become free, you become light, you become happy. Who else has this fortune? So also I thought of these powers. I think I don't have a story. I mean, I have many experience, but I'm not sure if I will share any story today. But my experience that the first power I think is stronger in me is faith. Since the beginning, it is very strong. I have faith. So no matter what, I have faith in Baba, and then he said all of those, no?
Mm.
And if I have to talk about any of these 8 powers, I would say perhaps the main one is the power to withdraw. I like this experience of seed and tree. So whatever I have as a big situation or karmic accounts and everything that is a big tree, Baba says, don't stay there. So go into the essence. So I love this. I love this. So go into the essence. Be with Baba. Be a soul.
Well,
And this, yeah.
No, you finish, please.
And see what you as soul can do. What is this situation? What drama is signaling me? In what way Baba can help me? So this game is very, very, very liberating. You do everything with Baba. So this is very nice.
Yeah, so going into that essence and experiencing from there, it's such an important benefit of using the power. It's very beautifully expressed. Thank you so much for sharing with us and for being with us over the last 3 days. We appreciate it so much. It's been delightful to have you with us.
The same for me. And I would like to thank Mohini Didi very much for the invitation, Bhumi Ben, all this wonderful family. that is here with all us. No, we all together giving support one another. It's wonderful, wonderful. Thank you very much.
Thank you. That was beautiful. Thank you, Deborah. It's been lovely having you.
The same.
And so now we will listen to our homework, our quest for tomorrow. And first is our Godly Dawn practice at Amrit Vela. With the fire of love, I remember Baba and I become pure gold. With the fire of love, I remember Baba and I become pure gold. And as we travel through our day at traffic control, I experience the combined form and become a bestower of blessings. And then our evening reflection, our night reflection, our chart. In order to reclaim the lost kingdom and my self-sovereignty, I have to study and practice Raj Yoga. So review your daily timetable and check if you have followed Srimad accurately. And we can do this by writing down 8 words that describe our experience of our practice, or we can choose to do 1 word and make a picture of that describes our feelings. So Om Shanti, and thank you, and look forward to seeing you tomorrow.
Om Shanti. Thank you very much, our sisters, angels, and Sister Deborah. It was nice having you for 3 days. And we will begin our Avyakti journey, but just want to let you all know that Zoom has kept updating their app. So you must have observed recently that whenever we start the recording, it gives you asking, would you like to continue or not? So please just click continue. So that's something new. And also please check your computers and phones if Zoom app is updated. It's good to have updated app. Okay, now let's start our Avyakti journey. Welcome to Avyakti journey, Adi Dev, stories of courage, pure love, and unshakable faith.
This is the most auspicious time of the entire cycle, where Baba comes to meet his sweet children face to face. Us children have this sweet desire to listen to direct knowledge from Baba. Similarly, the children of Delhi also had a sweet desire to hear direct versions of God through Sakar Baba. They all wrote a letter to Baba, asking him to come visit Delhi and live with them for a few days. During those days, at Delhi Center, near the Rajouri Garden, the Major of Indian Army used to come to take godly knowledge. Having developed faith in Baba's words, he also wrote letters and called Brahma Baba for Delhi service. Hearing these sweet calls from all the children, Brahma Baba said, I am Shiv Baba's chariot. I go wherever Baba wishes to take me. Both Bab Dada accepted the invitation to go to Delhi. Shiv Baba also mentioned that this will be a unique trip. The secret of this trip will be revealed when the time comes. The major of the army had this pure bhavna of serving Bap Dada. Upon their arrival to Delhi, he offered his big house to be used for service. The ground was big enough to fit almost 1,500 people. The atmosphere around the house was quiet and away from the city. This place was ideal for Baba to serve his children. Many children from the city started to come to see Baba early in the morning. Many souls would ask old mothers that why do you wake up so early in the morning and come here in this cold? You should take care of your body. Hearing this, the mothers would say, "Oh, who said we are old? I am Baba's young daughter. Do not look at this body. Look at the one riding this body." On the other hand, many would also ask young children, "You are a kid. You do not need to wake up this early to come here. It's not like you will be able to understand anything yet." Hearing this, the young children would reply, "Oh, who said we are young? We are in the age of retirement." This is how all Baba's children were firm in their thoughts and true to their love. The major had arranged army officers to come to the house on daily basis for security and checkups. Seeing them every day, Baba used to mention a lot about the physical army during his classes. Baba would say that when a physical army goes on a war, they are all told a line from Gita. "O Arjun, while battling on this battlefield, if you leave your body, you will go to heaven." Baba used to clarify that no one can go to heaven without taking inheritance of purity and peace from Shiv Baba. However, if those physical armies fight on a battlefield in Baba's remembrance, then they will be able to go to heaven. Because your last moments lead you to your final destination. Baba would tell those physical armies that they already have the sanskar of becoming ever ready and fearless. When they are on the battlefield, they fight without thinking about their lives. So if these souls take the godly knowledge and learn to battle with their 5 vices, they can easily earn a very high status. During those days, it was announced in Delhi that there will not be a national holiday on the day of Shivratri. Hearing this, Baba said in the Murli that Shivratri should be celebrated as a state function for at least 3 to 7 days. On this topic, Baba told all the children to write a letter to the government. In order to do this, as a true teacher, Baba announced in his class that each child will go home and write a letter on their own to the government as their homework. This allowed all the children to churn out the topic of how Shiv Baba's task and his praise are highest of high. Later, from all those letters, Baba chose the best one, and after some proofreading and adding signatures of all the children, the letter was finally sent to the government. Baba also sent letters to the philatelic department to issue a postage ticket for Shiv Baba, as he is the highest of high server of Bharat. Baba also inspired the children to arrange a gathering called Shiv Introduction Conference during the time of Shivratri. He asked to invite all big political leaders and religious leaders to this conference. The objective of the conference was to discuss the introduction of Supreme Soul Shiva. Baba also invited lawyers, judges, and other ministers to judge the conference and give their unbiased opinion at the end. This is how Shivratri was celebrated with great intoxication.
Om Shanti. Thank you very much. It was wonderful how Baba came to Delhi and how Shivratri was planned to celebrate. Okay, now we will close with Baba's remembrance, and tomorrow is Tuesday, so we will be having Avik Murli revision from 5 to 6:10 p.m. Additional, other schedule will be same from Amritvela and evening sessions. Om Shanti. I will remember Baba, take drishti, share drishti.